So I guess we live. I guess we live. No intro. No intro. Maybe that was a me thing. I don't know. Maybe so hey, look, I don't know. Did we get an intro? Did we not get an intro? Did the intro come in the middle of the of us already starting? I don't know.
Our engineer stinks, man.
We need to make sure we have an engineer that's like under the age of 25. No 40-plus-year-old engineers. Niggas be
The
working
engineers
board.
is gonna have to get fired, man. He's gonna have to get off the boards, man. God knows, man. Is anybody got some engineers that's hiring, man? Anybody they know?
25 and under. 25 and under. No unks. No unks. No elders. No OGs.
No unks, man. We talked about, man. We just literally was talking before you went live, man, that we don't like to see the unks unking, man. You know what I'm saying? And then the unk precedes the unk. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, though.
Hey, look, this one you know you uncle. Matter of fact, I had somebody tell me the other day. I was on my phone. I think it was my daughter, and I was one finger in my phone, looking at my phone like this.
Katrina,
I can see my phone just fine, so I wouldn't squint, but I just happened to be holding my phone at an angle, one finger button it, and she like, "Hey, Dad, you look old." I'm like, all right.
That's some grandpa stuff, man. That's how my grandfather used to look at the crossword puzzle book from a distance like that with that same little look. You ain't had your glasses on, did you?
Actually, I did. I did have my glasses on. Yeah, so looking real.
That's some old man stuff, man. I got to give it to you, man.
Hey, look, we can't escape it. We can't escape it. It's gonna happen to us one way or the other. It is what it is, man.
Grandpa,
but yeah, we need to engineer 25 and under. Somebody who knows this whole technology.
Man, you know what's interesting though is that they're not doing the what's going on, Katrina Britt. So look, speaking of young guys and old guys, man, look like ESPN is starting to lean towards the old guys again, man. I tuned in, man, and seen Skip back on First Take with Stephen A. It was refreshing to see. I gotta admit, I enjoyed a dynamic, and I forgot how much I enjoyed them two together.
Nostalgic, wasn't it? Nostalgic.
It was nostalgic, man. They picked up right where they left off at. That's what I was wondering, Yosh. When I look at that profile, I'm like, yeah, Snart, yeah, all of that.
Whoa, I'm old, he old, we both old. Hey, look,
both old,
I'm okay with it.
And look, Snart, if you're lucky, you'll get old. Yosh, you a weird dude, my guy. You know, I'm looking at your profile pic. It's strange. You're an awkward guy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But continue leaving your comments. So anyway, like I'm saying, man, you see your Skip. Oh, he left. Yosh, one of the kids. Hey, I'm starting to like you already, Yosh. You jerk. It is fine to be old.
Fine to be old.
That's what it is, Katrina. Hey, you got to enjoy it, man. You got a long weekend too.
But anyway, yeah, we enjoying it.
Yeah, but anyway, man, seeing Skip and Stephen A back together, man, they arguing and Skip calling them crazy, and not Skip, but Stephen calling them crazy and stuff and raising his voice. It's just like, man, look at these two, man. They just picked up right where they left off at, man.
You know what? That was the funny thing. Like when I was watching, like it almost seemed like we just flashed through time and they didn't miss a beat. It was like instant chemistry, instant back and forth banter. It was dope to see, man. It was dope to see.
Yeah.
So getting that old thing back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Greetings, Nikki. Katrina say, celebrate my mom's birthday. She turned 72. Happy birthday. 72 is a nice milestone age, man.
A blessing, yeah. That's a blessing of an age.
Yeah, man. When you get up,
clipping these cigars in celebration.
Of Mama Katrina. But man, you think the ESPN gonna commit to that, or you think they're gonna pull back on it? It was a one-off.
If they are smart, they're gonna commit to it. And even if it isn't having Skip on, you know what I'm saying, full time again, but it would be smart. Because how long did I go without watching First Take? Ever since Max Kellerman left the show, between then and whenever Skip came back, I watched very, very little First Take. Very little First Take. And I was on First Take every single day from when it first dropped to whenever Max left. So if they're smart, they'll commit to something. Maybe not every day, but at least like 2 or 3 days out the week is going to be a Skipping Stephen A show, and
Yeah.
that's smart business. I don't know how much how much money he want. I'm pretty sure he gonna want a nice little penny, and ESPN might be like, I don't know about all in. We can give you this
Ain't
for
that
that.
what happened last time though? It was over the money, wasn't it?
It was a money thing, yeah, for sure.
Come on, man.
And Fox Sports was just they was offering a bag, so he went for it. And
So,
I don't blame
with
him
that
for it.
being
He was
said, though,
successful over
the value's there.
there. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Are you guys? Boy, y'all are a weird bunch, man. What happened to the algorithm, man?
The algorithm ain't
The
algorithm
algorithm's out of whack. To the algorithm, man. What is
AI need to figure it out and understand what our audience is and get us to our audience. Come on, AI. Come on, algorithm.
real, man? See ya, Natitis or whatever. Get your weird behind up out of here, man. God knows, man. What's wrong with these people, man? But I think, man, ESPN really got to focus on trying to get them the money. Stupid. Now, where do we go from here? See ya. You know what I'm saying? Where do we go from here?
I wasn't gonna put this on the screen, but I'm gonna put that on the screen now.
You don't put it on the screen. That's what they want. There you go. Have at it. Now where do we go from here? I choose stupid. That leaves the other option for you. Doggone it. But Nessie, you're laughing. I feel you, man. You just want to get a laugh.
You want some attention. You want some attention.
Yeah, it's all
good. We're gonna get it.
I ain't mad at you. I like to play like this, so it's fine. But I think that if we go with Skip and them back, or look, they had Cameron in there too. I thought Cam was an interesting choice too. I heard Steven tried to get Cam on the show before, but he just didn't trust Cam because Cam got in trouble with CNN when he did that stuff. ESPN pulled out on it.
And it was like, man, that probably wasn't a good look.
Yeah.
So like, let's put a pause on this. But that whole Cam thing, it is what it is, and they're undeniable. So that's only smart business. So either way, I'm pretty sure Stephen A. probably put it in the world. The ESPN was like, you know what? They making moves over there. We might as well bring some of that energy over here. Smart business. I'm saying, like, when it comes to First Take and ESPN and the business moves that they made over the last month and a half or so, smart business. Because I can only have seen First Take start to go downhill, especially after they lost Shannon Sharp because of his Michelle incident. It's like, okay, trying to figure it out. They trying to figure out how to swim. And it's like, okay, let's go get Skip. Let's go get the new hotness with Cam. Bring Mason there too, and then bring Shannon Sharp. Go all in. Have a whole monopoly on the game.
Hey, Mace don't seem that interested in being involved in stuff like that, though, does he?
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. And I can tell he's only doing it is what it is because the dynamic with him and Cam makes sense for him. You know, Mace ain't gonna show up to where it doesn't make sense for him. And him showing up on ESPN probably don't make sense, even though it does make sense to go into it as a tandem because they are a pack. They should be a package deal. They work well together,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And it is blockbuster to see them together, but it doesn't seem like it's his realm. I'm like, all right, I'm cool. I'm doing this. I'm doing this with my guy. It is what it is. His own thing. I like to be independent. You know how he is with contracts. Bad boy already put a
put a
temper on that.
He hesitant on the
contract. It's only gonna be but very few people he's gonna trust on contracts when it comes to paper.
Right. Hey, look, but I'm gonna say this though. Cam seems more interested in building a brand, his own brand, than Mace does. You know what I'm saying? So you see Cam do the stuff like the WrestleMania stuff he was doing with the WWE wrestling. Like he's putting himself out there like in different markets and whatnot. And Mace is just kind of like, I'm doing this, and then I want privacy. Like he's the family man. It seems more so.
Yeah, family man. He got his ministry he into, so that's more his focus. He got time for that. So, but Cam, Skip, that's some big moves ESPN made. Now they
know what they're doing, right?
What they doing?
I think my take, I think they're leaning into the demographic. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So like
yeah.
they're not trying to compete with the online people, the people who are the younger market, because ESPN is for those who came up in this era, this age, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like our
Mm-hmm.
era anyway, the era
Yeah,
before. So now they're
yeah.
feeding that demographic
Yeah, so
with
as
people
we're
of that
aging
age and
out,
up.
yeah, as we're aging out, they got to start bringing in those people who are their eyes and their attention are going to a Mason Cam. They're going to it is what it is. So it's like, hey,
Yeah,
how can we steal some of these eyes? And then you still have some eyes that are still left over from Skip's what's Skip and Shannon's old show, Undisputed, who haven't
undisputed. Yeah,
really transferred back to ESPN yet. You know what I'm saying? You had
yeah.
some
Right.
people who came in just for Skip and Shannon, and that was their thing. And then Skip left, and then they probably ain't tuned back into First Take. But you bring Skip back, it's gonna bring those eyes back. They're
Yeah,
gonna follow wherever Skip go. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. It looked like they chased that pursuing that 40 and up market, So
mhm.
I think that's actually a smart market for ESPN at this point in time. Like, don't even try
Yeah,
to fight that other. Just get that group that used to come to you to come back to you again and
come
start
back to
watching
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. See ya. Would you eat what's that, a mushroom or a lemon? I don't want to answer that because I don't know. This
No,
seems
wait, what
coded.
you what you mean by what you mean by lemon? What you mean by lemon?
Right.
I don't know. I
I
don't know
don't
what that
know. I'm
means.
too I'm
I don't
too
know I don't
old
know
to
if that's a
figure out what
pause
that
moment.
means, and therefore I'm not gonna answer it because I don't understand where you coming from.
Hey, yo, these emojis they mean different things.
They don't
they
mean what they
don't mean what.
obviously seem to mean. You know what I'm saying? And we said I don't like when the unks start looking like unks. See, you came here to make me look like an unk, and I don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna look at them demons you sent over there, and I'm gonna disregard it. That's how about that?
The fruit. They said it's just a fruit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust it still. Because I don't even trust the word fruit.
I don't trust it. I don't trust it. You proven
Hey,
untrustworthy, see you.
hey, but before we go any further, man, what we smoking today, man? Let's talk about what do we have? We talking about bringing that old thing back. I'm bringing back an old thing, something that you revisited recently. So I had to jump
Yeah,
on the bandwagon. So I am
yeah.
going to admit that today I'm a bandwagoner. No shame in my game. I'm smoking me a nub. A nub. That's all I put it right there. Just nub. But nub by Oliva, the Maduro kind. I know like the Cameroon wrapper. There's Maduro. There's Habano. I went Maduro on it, and this bad boy is nice and it is smooth. Of course, you go with Oliva. You're gonna get what you're gonna get when it comes to Oliva. Any type of Oliva product, especially when they put into a nub, they pack a whole lot into a very short stick. It's gonna give you a
Yeah.
full ride from top to bottom. So far, so good. Of course, we know we have the Maduro wrapper, Origins Nicaraguan, binder and fillers are Nicaraguan. Nub by Oliva. Gotta love it.
Okay. For me, talking about that old thing, I'm running it back to back. You know what I'm saying? Back to back weeks.
Yeah.
Last week we went
My
my
partner.
father's with the Lancero. Hold on. Oh yeah, I did. I updated. Cool. This week we go on my father's again. My father's Lealtad. Lealtad.
Leo.
Was that correct?
Okay.
See if Thenitis. Did I get that right? Lealtad. Lealtad. Now let's see what we actually got on the specs of my father Lealtad. Man, this is interesting. It's
Okay.
Honduran
Okay,
through and
Hunter.
through. From the
Okay.
origin to the binder to the filler, everything about it is Honduran.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had Honduran all the way through.
Well, it's got an Ecuador wrapper.
I was gonna say, like, I don't even know if I've ever seen a Honduran rapper.
Yeah,
So hey,
Ecuador
so that makes
wrapper.
sense.
Everything else Honduras.
Okay. Okay.
Now, that takes me into something. Let me pull up this here now. I saved a screenshot just for today because I thought this was interesting. I saw an article. It said, let's see. The big three in cigar leaves, tobacco.
Okay.
What do you think the big three are?
When we talking about tobacco leaves.
The producers, the
Um,
countries.
oh, okay. Nicaragua, number one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Honduras
Is that two?
and that would be two. Yeah, that would be two. And third one, I don't want to go Ecuador.
Oh, you tripping? You missing a biggie
Who
there.
am I missing? U.S.
No, because when I say it, you're gonna be like, "How did I forget that one?"
Okay, throw it at me.
DR.
Oh, yeah. Dominican. Yeah, of course.
Dominican, yeah.
Okay, so Nicaraguan, Nicaragua, Ecuador, and then Dominican Republic. Are those the big three?
The big three is in order: Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, Honduras. Honduras has just now overtaken the second spot for the first time ever.
Really? Okay.
Honduras production is up. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, it's never been more. It says the Cigar Association of America has reported that in the last 3 months, from handmade premium cigar imports, Honduras is now taking over the second spot for the first time ever, and that it's ever shipped more premium cigars than the Dominican Republic. First time ever that it's done it in this last quarter. So, interesting to say, we might be on the verge of a Honduras takeover. So when I see this is a Honduras cigar, it's like
Honduras, yeah, with a little bit of A from Ecuador, but a whole lot of leaves from Honduras.
Yeah, so it just makes me wonder what's actually going on in the game, though, that actually push DR to the
why
third
the shift?
spot.
Why the shift?
Why the big boys starting to go play in Honduras a little bit more?
The cost of production in the Dominican Republic, is it cheaper? Maybe. Is the weather better? I don't know. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe it's the weather.
Maybe it's the weather. Hold on, real quick. Let me see something real quick.
We can't buy
me some McDonald's. Hell no.
You don't patronize McDonald's?
I don't go to McDonald's. I don't get no money to McDonald's. I'm on a no McDonald's. That man, McDonald's, man. I don't mess with McDonald's.
My daughter's on the Dirty Dr. Peppers though. She's on it, and McDonald's got it, and so I have been spending a little bit of money at McDonald's. Don't tell anybody.
So look, Sia want to know why no McDonald's? Because McDonald's gives you the worst customer service, man. They act like you will bother to them.
Almost the worst product, honestly.
When you combine the two, the most overpriced product, like, you know, they think they used to give you a deal. Now they just overprice it. Like, I might as well go to an actual sit down restaurant before I go spend, $12 at McDonald's for them to be mad at me.
And you tell me, I don't know when they coming out the woodworks today. It's okay. Hey, come out the woodworks. We want everybody to come out the woodworks.
Hey,
everybody come to the cigar party.
I like Sia. So I ain't gonna call Sia weird no more. I might have called you weird earlier, and if I did, I can't apologize for it because at the moment I meant it. But I like you still. It don't mean I got some weird friends, man. So I like you still. But
what about KFC?
I ain't rocking with KFC lately either, man.
Last
time I went to KFC, they gave me like a weird wing, man. It didn't look like a wing. It looked like a thumb. You know, I was like, I'm cool.
That ain't chicken. Like, no, that ain't chicken. Ain't no way that's chicken.
The Colonel wouldn't approve of this, so I'm not gonna continue to ingest this.
Ever since the Colonel ain't been in the Colonel's ship, it ain't been right. I know me personally, I haven't had KFC since KFC had the buffet back in the day. So
yeah.
Hey, that buffet used to be
the
right.
Buffet was something else back in the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But you had something you was gonna touch on with the cigar thing also. Can I buy you some food? Hell no.
Grocery prices way too high, along with gas prices. So ain't nobody spending no money on nobody but they family. So
hey, you gonna have to you have to go make you a air sandwich. See you. You know, that's what I got for you.
A wish sandwich.
Yeah, wish sandwich.
But yeah, man. Speaking of old things coming back. So last week, to my surprise, I don't know if you. I mean, you follow fights more closely than I do, and definitely when it comes to UFC or MMA, I don't really follow it as much, so I don't really know when fights come or are coming. So I was surprised to hear that Ronda Rousey came out the wood.
Before you go to that, I thought you had something you was going to talk to me about on the cigar side of things.
Just about the nubs. I mean, my bad, lost train of thought. But yeah, it was just how I felt about nub. how I feel about Nub and what Nub brings to the table, and all the things I forgot when it came to when it came to Nub. Um, when I kind of already mentioned about how they pack everything into that very short stick and give you all the transitions of a full length cigar in this nub.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I kind of forgot where I was gonna go with it, but
Hey, it's all good.
it's all good.
So anyway,
Yeah, but
man, yeah. What you were saying about
let's
the
get this
fight?
yeah, let's get into this Ronda Rousey thing. So Ronda Rousey came out of hiding. I'm like, hold on, wait. I thought she retired. I thought it was a wrap. I thought she hung it up. I thought she was doing wrestling and she decided to start doing advertisements and all kind of extracurricular things. And the last thing I thought that she would do was get into an octagon ever again in her life. And then lo and behold, I heard she had a fight just last Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. And so she went up against, who did she go up against? Gia somebody?
Gina Carano. Yeah.
Gina Carano, who
Yeah.
also has
The original Ronda, the very first women's MMA top selling headline in a pay-per-view. She was like the very first superstar for UFC, so then meeting the next big female superstar.
Yeah. So her last fight was what? 17 years before?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
So 09 was the last time that she got into a octagon. Yeah. And then Ronda Rousey, when was Ronda Rousey's last fight?
About 17, somewhere around there.
2017, probably about that. Somewhere yeah. So you have two fighters who were bad girls in their time. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted at all. They definitely were two bad individuals when it came down to hand-to-hand combat, right? They got busy. But a 17-year hiatus or layoff or whatever, or just chilling, doing whatever. And then Ronda Rousey, who had her incident, she got smacked in the mouth one good time, and she was like, "No mas, no mas," and it was over for her, right? Couldn't get her mind right, and so she gave up fighting. But then, lo and behold, they have a fight. Get a little bit of hype behind it. If I'm not mistaken, this was on Netflix, right?
Yeah, Netflix.
A Netflix product, and everybody's waiting for Ronda Rousey to come out and do her thing, and she comes out and she pulls the old Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. What, 17 seconds if I'm not mistaken? Fight's over. Rousey wins. Cha-ching. Nice payday. I don't know the numbers exactly, but nice payday. It's Netflix. Netflix is involved, so of course, money's gonna be good.
Right.
But now, after I'm hearing about the whole hype of the 17 seconds, the fact that she had a fight, the fact that it was 17 seconds, I go watch the footage. I'm almost all but utterly disgusted of what I've seen. To me, it looked like a play. It looked straight up like a play. All right, when I come in, we're gonna do this, boom, boom, boom. It looked rehearsed. It looked, I don't want to say staged, but you can say staged if you say rehearsed. It looked rehearsed. And I'm gonna do this. We're gonna go here. I'm gonna throw a few punches. You're gonna do this. I'm gonna arm bar. You're gonna tap out. Boom, and we're gonna go into the bank. That's what it looked like to me. And then when I'm looking at the players in it, I'm looking at Ronda Rousey. I'm looking at the fact that this Gina Carano, who's fought 17 years ago, and then I see this in Netflix product. I'm like, man, is Netflix in the business of ruining the fight game? To me, that's what it seems like.
Netflix is not in the business of ruining the fight game, but Netflix could inadvertently ruin the fight game. Because what Netflix does, aside from the Bud Canelo fight, Netflix is typically just looking for gimmick fights. And even the Bud Canelo fight was a gimmick fight. It just so turns out Bud was so great it didn't look like a gimmick.
Yeah, and
But in theory, on paper, it should have been a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? You got a guy coming up 2-3 weight classes to fight the undisputed champion who's who's held a belt at a weight class even higher than that, but came back down to just reign at this lower weight class. And the guy's younger than the guy coming up 2-3 weight classes. That's a gimmick fight. You know what I'm saying? But
we'll see. And I feel like Netflix is hanging their hat on the names. The names. They're getting
gimmicks. It's just gimmicks. I'm just getting a bunch of your favorite names, and I'm seeing who can match together to draw some attention. It ain't about the best fighting the best. It's about some names.
Not trying to get the best fight possible, not trying to put on for the sport the best way possible. But it looks like, hey, we're going to get clicks and people are going to log in and people are going to buy subscriptions and people are going to show up to these Netflix events. The fights are going to be put on. Usually the undercard have been decent, but when it comes to the main events, it's a show. It's a show. And I wasn't surprised to see what I saw after I learned that it was a Netflix thing. When you go down the line of what you've seen, I mean, the Bud and Canelo fight was probably the best of them all, in my opinion. But everything else is only real. Yeah, only real one.
Real anyway.
Or closest to a real one. I mean, this one was kind of close to a real one technically, but we got fighters who've been out the game for so long and names all but forgotten about. Well, they're still a draw, and I think that's what they're banking on, the draw, not necessarily making sure that there's the best fight that's put forward for the audience, for fight fans.
I want to. See, we missed touching on something I want to rebuttal on, but I'm going to hold off on that because we're in another direction. So we'll revisit that. But I want to say this. I'm not mad at Netflix doing it the way they do it because they're still bringing eyes to the sport. Because as you said, the undercards are usually good fights. They're not necessarily the biggest names on the undercards because they have one big name for the main event. And then the undercards is usually a bunch of guys who aren't as popular, but they're well made. The matches are put together in a way that's going to be entertaining for the undercards. So because they're bringing eyes to whatever sport they're in, whether it's mixed martial arts or whether it's boxing, they're putting on for the sport. They're bringing the most attention, and they're giving these guys a platform to show what they got. When the women was boxing, I'm sorry, I take it back. The women boxing match, that was actually the legit ones when they had
but that was undercard though. That was the undercard.
No, but they ended up main event afterwards. It was, but then they main evented afterwards. They did. They main evented their own on Netflix. They didn't get the attention.
Right, they did.
Yeah, but
I forgot about that one. Okay.
That was a spinoff from how well they did during the actual fight. So I mean, when all eyes was on them for the gimmick fight. Yeah. So I'm not mad at using a gimmick to propel the sport forward, and that's what they're doing in a sense. And
but how many gimmicks?
At the end of the day, it's the people's fault. We drawn into gimmicks.
You're right, and they're gonna play to it. But at the same time, if we don't, it's like terrible music. If we don't allow terrible music to be out in the world, we can't use it for TikTok videos and this and that. And then the dilution of music happens because now, like, okay, it's the people's fault, but guess what? They're still controllers of solid product. Yeah, if you feed us McDonald's and you allow McDonald's to be available and we go to McDonald's and we make McDonald's line, those make McDonald's any more terrible than what it is because it's the people's fault.
Yeah, but if McDonald's gives me a delicious steak and eggs and then they give me them crappy, a crappy cheeseburger afterwards, it's like, cool, you still gave me steak and eggs. It's like if the song is if it's an incredible album from start until the outro, and you give me a crappy outro, you still gave me quality music to bring me in just to give me that watered down outro. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we wanted the outro, so you brought us here with the outro, and then it was good. We grew up on that. The single would be crap, but the actual album would be something totally different.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. But still, in my opinion, when it comes to these major cards, though, we're not in it for okay, even with this, how many people sit and actually watch all the undercards? They might get rave reviews, But when it comes to the people, I mean, and I guess that's the audience that you want, the people who are actually going to tune in, because those who tune in, they're the real fans who are trying to watch the fight. But for those who are like, I mean, like even casual or even real fans who just ain't got time to sit down for the undercards, they might watch it later. They might watch it on the replay or something like that. But we're showing up for the main event, and the main events have been,
But
they've been
look,
gimmicky.
they stall that main event so long that you usually tune in for and catch the last two fights.
You ain't got no choice but to. Yeah, you ain't got no choice but to catch.
If you tune in at 10 o'clock, like, all right, where we at? And they got 2 more fights before the main event. You kind of in and out catching. Yeah, you start catching pieces of it. And I swear, back to the Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor fight, they don't get those eyes if they're just without Mike Tyson and Jake Paul bringing you in. So
I agree.
Hardcore fans don't keep the sport alive until the casuals get brought into it to run the numbers up. So you can have all these little fights that kind of hit and miss here and there, but the sport survives off once they get the big ones that it allows to pay for those small ones and take the losses along the way. Yeah, because the big ones is gonna make us profitable. So we all wanted to see if 60-year-old Mike Tyson could do it, and now we fell for it. But
are we showing up for Tyson and Mayweather?
I'm not.
Is that gonna be a Netflix product too?
I don't even know if that's still on the table. Mayweather and Pacquiao was supposed to be Netflix in September.
Mayweather and Pacquiao.
But I don't know, man. Floyd got so much weird stuff going on, man. I think he just got like 2 more whatever, man. And some woman, one of his strippers from his strip club, just hit him for like 100,000 a month or some crazy number for a kid. He drank tonight.
Yeah.
So he been acting like he ain't in the fight. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that child support payment crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, he got to fight, but I don't know if he ain't even agreed to the fight yet. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I think yeah. So Tyson broke his hand in training. So
Tyson shouldn't fight no more, man. 2026. This is what keeps people's hope up with Mike Tyson is the fact that they think that he faked still be a Paul fight.
I do agree with that. I do agree that the fight was fixed, that he held back a lot, and there was a clause of how hard he could hit.
And that's why you'll tune into the Floyd Mayweather fight, and it'll look the same because it'll look worse because he's a year older and he's actually in the ring with a guy more talented.
When we saw Mike fight Roy, what happened? Mike was getting busy. He was getting busy.
That was in 2020.
It was 6 years ago, but he was getting busy. So we would like to believe that he has a little bit of that in the tank.
That's what I was banking on. If he got any of that left in the tank, he knocks this guy out. He didn't have none of that left in the tank. So, and that's clear to me. I don't believe it was fixed. I believe that's about right. That's what a 60-year-old man should look like. Cool. Now I know.
he looking like what we think that a 60-year-old supposed to look like. Here we go full circle. Brought it back to the beginning.
He was unking the way that he's supposed to unk. It was appropriate. It was like, all right, that's that. When I saw it, I was like, that's about right. Also, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, cool. It is what it is, and he'll look worse in the fight against Floyd.
So we got Floyd versus Manny in September now. It's supposed to be September, right? Yeah, September 19th.
That's a gimmick.
On Netflix. On Netflix.
That's a gimmick, though. And if you thought the first one was boring, where do you see this one? You know what I'm saying? This one's gonna be boring too. Worse.
a lot of air punching, a lot of moving around, a lot of pacing it. There's gonna be a whole lot of pacing.
A lot of pacing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I hang my head on? I'm hoping they both slow down enough physically that they gotta stand there and just trade. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't nothing left to do.
At least throw some punches. At least some trades and punches.
Yeah,
that would make it a little bit more interesting. At least they throwing punches. At least they ain't holding back as much.
Yeah, because hey, look, man. I remember in 2015, I watched a fight with my dad. My dad used to be a hardcore boxing fan, and he got out the game. He wasn't watching no more, but he was impressed. He's like, these two dudes almost 40. He was like, they both crazy fast right now. that is going to be gone. The speed is going to be gone at 46, 47. You know what I'm saying? So, or 48, 49. I don't even know where they at now in age, but because of that,
I think Pacquiao's
they'll be able to see the punches and not be able to respond to it. And that could make it more interesting,
Yeah, Pacquiao 47, Mayweather 49.
There you go. So the fact that the skill is the skill, but part of the skill is reaction time, and both of their reaction times should have dropped tremendously by not being active and getting older. So it could be interesting for that reason only. But I'm probably I don't know. I'll tune in if I ain't doing nothing, man. I ain't gonna be doing nothing. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch.
All these games that pop up, I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna watch them, but I'm gonna keep complaining.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna keep complaining. I'm gonna keep watching though, unfortunately. But I'm just of the mindset that I think Netflix. I don't want them to have a hand in the fight game anymore. But at the same time, if they don't put their hand in the fight game, who is? And who's gonna push the genre forward? I just don't want to see the genres of fighting die on the hands of these gimmicks.
I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Because it bringing new eyes in, and because I am a fight fan, I know how little eyes tune in anyway. You know what I'm saying? I hear that insight.
But it's mainly because the older networks who used to put these fights on, who put these fights on, they're not giving us the fights that we want to see. Showtime isn't giving us the fights that we want to see. HBO's
Showtime's out the game. ESPN out the boxing game. HBO's out the boxing game. HBO barely surviving in the film game. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah.
But I mean, even with that being said, though, man, I don't think it hurts as much, man. People gonna run their mouth and then they just gonna tune in for the next gimmick. You just gotta find the right gimmick.
Amazon, take over. Give it to Amazon.
They had that run at it. They put on a couple of Tank Davis fights. Nobody tuned in. So give it to Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we all got to watch Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight.
Gimmick.
Should have known what was gonna happen. And now we don't even know if Jake Paul can ever fight again. Last I heard, he was saying, I don't know if my doctor may not give me permission to get back in the ring because of the way his jaw is healing. You know what I'm saying? So
dude got his face broke for real.
And people call that a gimmick. I mean, not a gimmick, but people call that fake for a while.
No, it was a gimmick though. It was a gimmick. It wasn't fake.
It was a gimmick, but people called it fake. And it's like, do you not see what he did to him? Like,
he wasn't supposed to hit him right on.
See, people thought Anthony Joshua was gonna come out and knock him out in the first 30 seconds of the fight. And even though that was plausible, once you watch it play out, it's kind of like, that's about right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what people be expecting from the fights and stuff sometimes. And I get back to the Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey fight. I watched that live. After the 17 seconds was up, I was like, that's about right. And that was it.
Makes sense. Because why would they be in there beating each other up? Like beating on each other. Hey, look, let's get in here. Let's give them a little something.
Not from that point of view. I didn't even look at it from the point of view of it's rigged or it's fake. I looked at it and said, yeah, that's about how that should have played out. For real.
Not me. I thought maybe they trade a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They playing and then they pace a little bit. But not like that.
That fight played out exactly how that fight was one of the two ways it could have played out. The only other way that would have been better. Okay, you're looking at a woman in Carano who was more of a stand-up fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like her.
Put her on her back.
You got to put her on her back. We already seen how Rousey looks against stand-up fighters. So, but Gina was never known for her being like an excellent wrestler. She was never going to out-wrestle Ronda, who was a silver medalist in the Olympics. So you got that factor going. Then you got ring rust. She's been out of the octagon, like you said, 17 years. Her time is not going to be there from sparring, for a few months. And Carano was 100 pounds overweight. She came down 100 pounds for this fight.
Hey,
So when you include all of this, that's about right. You know what I'm saying? And look, when Ronda was active, you know how many of her fights went the same way? She rush in and get them out in a couple seconds. That wasn't
yeah,
new. That was her
yeah.
fighting style. I'm gonna rush you, and if I can double leg or single leg you, you go into the ground, and that's it.
But ain't how
Jen,
she been. Ain't how she fought when she ended her fight career. So
at
all of a
the
sudden,
end,
now she got that old. Now she all of a sudden she got that old thing back.
yeah, against somebody who's been out the ring longer than her, who already didn't know how to defend
Yeah. I guess when you put it that way, the fact that somebody's been out twice as long as you have.
Yeah, and it was already a style mismatch anyway. Even if they were in their primes, it was still that same style looks that same way when they match up. If Gina mistimed the attempt to take her down, that's what was supposed to happen. I'm going to get you down, and if you give me that arm, I'm going to try to break it. And that's what she's always fought like. There was a bunch of women arms she took in the first 30 seconds of fights. Like she did at least 10 times. Like it was like, okay,
yeah,
that's about right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But in her prime. So like, okay, we can rehearse something that look like what it should look like, or what the outcome of what somebody would expect for it to look like. Rehearse. That's my opinion.
You put a 38-year-old Ronda in there against a 42-year-old Gina.
What's it gonna look like?
Who've been out for 17 years.
We talk about ages.
Who already couldn't defend a takedown when she was active. That's what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, that's about right. You know what I'm saying? She missed it. She didn't get her knee up. Her knee is how she defends it. She didn't get the knee up in time, and she got taken down. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know how to defend it when she was down there, and she didn't protect that arm. And boom, give me that arm.
Took. Bam.
All got took. Ronda been taking arms since she was a little. They said her mama would put her in that same arm bar when she was 8 years old, from the age of 8 on. Like she would just arm bar her. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's mastered the arm bar. That's the one. It's like you as a fighter, right? If somebody say Wilder, you know, Deontay Wilder, everybody know to watch out for the right hand. It's hard to watch out for it, even if you know to watch out for it. She knew to watch out for the arm bar, but man, when she mastered it, it's hard to get out the way of that arm bar when she got you in a position to get it. Like, when she got access to it. When she got everybody knew to watch out for Wilder right hand. Nobody could get out the way of it, but 2 or 3 dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody else had to eat it.
Yeah,
but it was no secret it was coming.
Even as wild as he used to throw it too.
Yeah, as wild as he was, it's like you still couldn't get out the way of that joint. Like
you take that joint wild. And you
still fighter. I know you understand this concept as a fighter, though, D. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like, there's no part of you that's like, you know what? I can see how this played out that way.
Part of me wants to try to say that, but when I seen what I seen, it didn't look organic. That's what I'm saying. It didn't look organic. Could it have happened organically? Yes, it could have. But did it look organic? To me, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Man, if I put you in the ring, in the ring, right, with a dude that's only been out the ring for about 8 years right now, that's what you and his fight would look like.
I'm gonna need somebody who's been out the ring for 8 years too.
But you've been out for even longer than that 8. You know what I'm saying? But the fight would look like that, and I'd be like, "Dang, D, did you take a dive?" You be like, "Nah, bro, that's what I had." Like,
it looked like you took a dive. Nah, dog. It just went that way.
That's what you would be telling me on the sideline. Hey, bro, it just the timing was different in person. I didn't think he was gonna be that quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's all it was, man. The timing is different in person than it is on camera.
So overall, I'm getting you here. I'm hearing you say, and what I'm getting is, you feel like Netflix is still good for the fight game.
Yeah. Like, and don't get me wrong, I understand everything you saying. To say it's bad, it makes sense what you're saying. But I think when you weigh it on a scale, the good outweighs the bad, because in the fight game, I know how fickle fans are. Fans are going to complain and then tune in if you put the right thing in their face.
And
unlike other sports.
the biggest network, quote unquote, if you can call it a network, but it is probably the biggest streaming platform, and probably one of the big. It's probably the biggest in fight now. Honestly, if we had to put it on something, and it's the entity that's cutting the biggest check. So if they're taking all these fights, but they're not putting on any, what I feel like they need balance when it comes to the main event. Undercards are great, like I mentioned. Hey, look, the undercards have been good. They have really been good. But for
that's why I don't complain about it.
They got to start putting on big main events, because now, like, but that's for somebody that's your age. But now think about these younger people coming up who we want to inspire in the fight game. If it's not being put on by the, like, what was your attention brought to fight game by the undercard when you were younger, or was it by that main event? Because the main events that attracted us. It was the main event.
I get that, but boxing is giving us plenty of great main events. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not enough, not nearly enough.
They do. Yes, today, but the problem is the world doesn't know the fighters. The main events are great. Boxing's in a fantastic place the last year, but people don't know the names anymore. So how do you get them to know the names?
You put them on the biggest platform, the biggest stage, which is Netflix now, and you give them, and you put on the show.
Yeah, but Netflix ain't just gonna put anything on. Netflix is in the money business. Netflix is being polite by giving you the undercard. Who the hell are these people on the undercard? I don't know none of them. But you say it's good, so I trust you. As long as I got these two on the main event, I'm good. Put on what you want underneath. That's Netflix stance. So they're being benevolent. Like, they're giving us
they're being generous. Look, I'm being generous to y'all.
They're giving us these no names on the undercard.
I ain't have to do this. I could have just gave you the main fight, which was the gimmick. Could have just gave you a gimmick.
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
I'm cool with it from that point of view. It's like, okay, they're putting entertaining fights on. Because look, this is the thing. The names don't always make the best fights either. You know that, like I know that. You know what I'm saying? You can put the two biggest names together. It may not turn out to be a good. It might be a dud.
Yeah, it might be a dud.
It might be a dud. I mean, shoot, man. We watched all the Mayweather fights against his biggest names. None of them turned out to be fantastic fights. His more entertaining fights was against the guys you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, Marcos Maidana. You know what I'm saying? Turned out to be one of his better fights. Not Manny Pacquiao, but that was the one who sold the most. The Canelo fight sold the most, but he whooped Canelo behind. Wasn't that great? Bud whooped Canelo behind. Wasn't that great? You know what I'm saying? As far as the actual match itself, and that's how it goes. Bud whooped Spence behind. The names, they look like the two best, but the matchups didn't play out to be that great. But then you get two no names, and the matchup might work out to make it more entertaining that keeps viewership. And that's what they into. They into maintaining viewership. So yeah, I think they've done good matchmaking in that sense, because that makes people say boxing is entertaining. Yeah, especially if you don't know the names anyway. Even if somebody's a champion and you don't know who the hell they are, I might know them and be like, "Oh, this is an amazing matchup." But
somebody else might not know them, but then they see them like, "Okay, yeah, that was it. That was a good matchup. That was a good fight. It was entertaining."
Yeah, or they might say these the guys y'all say with the big name. That was boring. He just whooped his behind the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Which is what we get a lot of. We get a lot of that.
That's why I say it ain't always about the name. Sometimes you just got to be about the matchups. You know.
I hear you. I'm not quite swayed just yet. I'm still in the mindset that Netflix, they got their hand in the cookie jar.
Fight today happening at the pyramids in Egypt. Did you know about it?
Nope.
You know Usyk, right?
Yeah. Who's fighting?
Usyk fighting at the pyramids. Might be on right now for all I know. I mean, he might be in the ring right now. I don't know what time the main event kicks off, but he could be in the ring as we speak. Don't nobody know about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say Netflix isn't doing that much harm, because they're bringing attention, and attention can go a long ways in today's climate.
Fighting against Rico.
And guess what? A gimmick fight at the pyramids against a kickboxer. Apparently, this guy Rico's big in the kickboxing world. I don't know who the hell he is.
He's a legendary kickboxing champion.
Yeah, Usyk's the best boxer, best heavyweight today. You know what I'm saying? So He's all we got. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody. He got to go get a gimmick fight to try to get some attention.
What's up with all these gimmick fights though? Like, can we just get good fights like how we used to get back in the day that used to just draw us in, had you hype for weeks, big fight parties.
Hey man, it was some good fights about 2-3 weeks ago, man. Daniel Dubois and what's my boy name? I forgot his name right now off the top of my head, but he had a good fight a few weeks ago. Anybody tune in? It was an amazing fight, you know.
Yeah.
But
what network was it on?
DAZN do all the fights, but DAZN put together good fight cards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to have a membership for them. So that's where boxing lives at right now. But they're putting together top to bottom amazing fight cards, and they're putting the names together.
Well, can Netflix get some of those then? Can Netflix get some of those?
Netflix don't want
it. Are they only going to focus on just the gimmick with some amazing undercards?
Netflix
I just need better promotion. They just don't want them. They bought that money. They bought that paper. What's gonna bring the paper? What's gonna bring the paper? Because they cutting some amazing checks too. They cutting some of the biggest checks you can imagine.
Yeah, but you got to have name recognition to get it. Yeah. A YouTuber can get it, but I don't know who else gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Like aside from a YouTuber or somebody like that. I don't know that Devin Haney is gonna get the main event on Netflix.
I think he like that,
but he ain't gonna get it.
I think he could. The right fight, the right card. I think he could. But
we like Shakur Stevenson. He ain't gonna get the main event. You know what I'm saying? It's just names that people know. Big names, they ain't gonna get it though, man. So I think for that reason,
the next main event is gonna be Bronner versus somebody weird on Netflix. I'm like, oh, don't give me that.
It might be Bronner getting his name back out there again.
That's what I'm saying. Hearing his name pop up a lot. He's gonna be Bronner versus somebody crazy on Netflix.
He had to get everybody going through him.
It's gonna get all the shine, and it's gonna be a letdown. And then I just feel it tainting the game. I feel it tainting the game.
Hey man, it's a way to look at it. You know, we'll never know which side is right until down the line once it all plays out. So we'll see how it plays out.
For sure. But all right, man, let's get into these reviews of the sticks, man. So I'm curious to hear about where we at about this. My father's, because my father's not. I'm never gonna say this. I'm never gonna say you're on the chopping block. To me, my father's. Come
on, man.
There's some people there's some things like you've submitted yourself in history enough that you're immune from the chopping block. For right now, I think they've been solid enough, and they still have those solid sticks that we still love. That will keep them off the chopping block. But I would like to know, can we compete with some of these higher end or more coveted names that we like to smoke or that we've been experiencing as of late? So let me go ahead and give you a quick review of my nub. Something that we've smoked on the show a couple of times. I think, did you have a nub a few weeks ago?
I don't know if it was on the show, but I did have a nub.
Yeah, because you're the reason why I wouldn't have got the nub. But this nub is fantastic. Definitely a chill vibe stick. Nothing spicy. Mainly good, like earthy, good cigar tasting notes with some cream. Like it has a creaminess to it. A nice smooth creaminess to it. Some chocolate, some cocoa that's in there, and some good earth and good tobacco. Nothing outrageously to point out, but just an overall good experience. Just a really great chill cigar for any breakfast, lunch, dinner, barbecue, chilling, relaxing, for the show, for whatever. Nub, got to get you one. Nice short stick.
There you go.
So do I get this rating out of 5? You want me to give it a rating out of 5?
You don't have to if you choose to, you know.
Hey, I'm saying solid 4. Solid 4. Easy 4. Easy 4.
All right. Let's see. So my father's Lealtad. That's where I'm at on the stick. We're probably just entering the second third here.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, this my father's. It's got a nice aroma that it puts in the air, so I do enjoy that. I would say it's probably a good medium to full body stick. I will say, as far as my draw, great draw on it,
Mhm.
pretty good construction. It's got I would say heavy espresso, heavy nuttiness. So those
Okay.
are things that leap out forward, especially when you retrohale on it. That's just jumping out at you, hitting you very hard. It's got a very smooth, richness to the notes that you pick up on it in a good
Hmm.
way. I'd say a significant amount of cedar is noticeable in that too. Just a slight toastiness to the overall stick, and what else? When I say maybe a little subtle spice is starting to kind of come through a little bit at this stage in the cigar. But that's the primary things that I've picked up on up until this point. It has been a pleasurable stick, and I would say that if I'm going to rate it from 1 to 5, maybe I'll go with a 4.3. I'll go to
Ooh,
4.3.
ooh, I like that. I like that.
Different from what I'm accustomed to. And it could just simply be the wrapper being Ecuadorian and it's
Hmm.
giving me more of that than the Maduro wrapper that we get, and that those same notes that you kind of get off the Maduro flavors that it accentuates your cigar with, but different, but equally pleasurable. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 4.3.
Okay, okay. So I had to look it up because I want to know the release date for this. So we're breaking ground here. This is a late April release.
Oh, this just came out?
It came out. I had to look it up because I want to see that band again. Because after you showed the band, I was like, okay, I haven't seen that band before, and of course I haven't heard of Lealtad or however it's pronounced. I'm like, I haven't seen that band before, so I had to know like, okay, what's the release date for this? This is a late April release.
Is there a rating on it yet?
Um,
I mean, you just got the rating, so you know what I'm saying. But just curious of other people feeling it.
we got the rating that matters, the one that matters.
Yeah, from somebody that
So
spent an hour with it, at least, you know.
I'm trying to see if aficionado gave it any type of rating. I don't see anything from aficionado yet, but Gemini says a 4.8, 4.9 out of 5 stars. I ain't know anybody was doing a 5-star rating. So when people start doing 5-star ratings,
I don't know. Come on, Gemini, what you talking about?
this is AI talking about a 4.8 to 4.9 out of 5
Hey man,
across
you
sites
know
like
that's
Neptune Cigar. Like who's jumping on our 5-point rating scale? Who's
right. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's
anybody
supposed to be
started
to
rating
100.
cigars out of 5? Huh?
I, I see you, Gemini. Okay, we don't hit the algorithm. You know what I mean? But I was close to going 4.4, but I pulled
Okay.
back. I pulled back 4.3, 4.3. But
Okay.
I
So
my initial thought was 4.4, so I capped a little bit. You know, but
I'll take it. Hey,
I'm
look,
staying on the 4.3.
that's a solid rating. And even though like this Neptune cigar or whatever AI is talking about and saying 4.8, we get the real review. We're not generous with our fours. We're not generous with our 4.5 and ups. If you in
Right.
that 4.5 and up, you in a coveted position. So to be 4.3, 4.4 right underneath that, you you win the money. You win the money
The money.
as it pertains to us. So I
Most
like it.
definitely. Most definitely. Hey, but look, that's this week's episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast, man. We up out of here. Keep your cigars up high. Watch out for them rigged fights.
Yeah.
Stay dry
We
too,
out.
man. It's
Yeah,
storming where we
storming
at.
out there. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Same here.